What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, man. This one question that I've been seeing everywhere, bro. I don't know what's gotten into you guys. But it's like every single hour I see some sort of comment like this. But before I go further, I want to say shout out to all you guys who are rocking with me on Instagram, dude. My photos that I've been posting have been blowing up like crazy. So many of my renders have been posting everywhere. I love how much love you guys are showing to them. If you guys want to show more love to me, follow me on Instagram. The name is on the screen. Show me some love, dude. I'd really appreciate it. I mean, I posted a photo yesterday. It already got like 1,000 likes, man. Shout out to dude. I freaking love you guys. But this video is not necessarily about any of the new potential iPhones, but more so about the new potential iOS, which is already coming out in June, at least the betas, and it's iOS 13, and this all kind of predicates around the older iPhones yet again. As you guys know, I talk so much about the older iPhones, so it's only relevant for me to bring it up again, and I've already pretty much stated that the iPhone 6s and all those phones are getting supported, but the iPhone 6 and phones below that, like the 6 Plus and 5S, those are probably going to be cut out. But an interesting report came out the other week or two, and I've been thinking about this recently, and I already made a video about that too, where Apple doesn't care about older iPhones anymore, and this is kind of a mix of both of those worlds. So like we stated before, Apple is kind of in a weird spot because people are holding onto their iPhones even longer and they're not necessarily upgrading to the newest iPhones. So in a way that's actually helping Apple, but in a way that's also hurting Apple because they're not really making money on people technically upgrading their software. So, and that's kind of a problem right there, and I can totally see how a lot of people, and especially Apple, would be kind of mad at that. So could this technically mean that Apple will stop supporting their older devices? Let's say they'll only make it, instead of like a 4 or 5 year lifespan, they'll make it like a 3-year lifespan or a 2-year lifespan, just kind of shortening the lifespan of the software for those phones. Could Apple potentially do that? Now I'll tell you this is all my opinion. Yes, Apple could potentially do that if they wanted to, but I don't think they're going to do that outright, okay? I don't think they're just going to just limit the amount of software updates a phone is getting. I think it's still going to stay the same however many 4 or 5 years a phone is going to get. I think it's still going to be around that same ballpark, but the main thing I see them doing, and I've said this before, is not necessarily not upgrading the software. So let's say, for example, the iPhone 6s, it will probably get iOS 13, but will it be the same iOS 13 that the newest iPhone is going to get? For example, the iPhone SE2 or the iPhone 11 that's coming out this year, or 10i, whatever the case is the iPhone 6s going to get the same iOS 13 as that? In my opinion, I don't think so. Okay, like at the core, yes, it's going to be the same. It's still going to be the same thing, but there's going to be more features in the newest iPhone than the oldest iPhone. And you might think, oh, that makes perfect sense. You know, that thing has a 3 camera setup in the future. This thing only has 1 or whatever, but I'm talking more so about the software updates. So if iOS 13 does bring some sort of like multitasking thing, I'm guaranteeing you Apple will say something that the iPhone 6s does not support it. The iPhone 7 maybe doesn't support it either. Maybe even not even the 8 and 8 Plus. Apple's going to probably make those features only exclusive to the gesture-based devices, so that'll kind of force people to go and upgrade their phones. If it's a big feature like that, I could totally see Apple only making that exclusive to the newest iPhone, because they'll just make some excuse you need at least like 4 gigs of RAM to run it or some stupid thing like that. But that's not going to probably be for all features. So for example, if they go and do update the volume HUD so it's not necessarily obtrusive and showing on the whole screen, which is annoying, they will probably make that not exclusive. So anybody on any iPhone that can support iOS 13, they're going to be able to use that type of feature on any iPhone. And I've kind of talked about this before, but in a case like that, that's kind of a smaller feature upgrade. So that kind of makes sense for Apple to support it on the iPhone 6s, as well as something like dark mode, since that isn't completely obtrusive, and because iOS 12 does kind of have like that smart invert, whatever dumb thing it is, that in a way makes me think that most iPhones that are on iOS 13 are going to be supported with that feature as well. But what I'm trying to get at is for the big changes, most likely Apple is going to be only including those for the bigger, newest iPhones, in my opinion. So kind of wrap this whole entire thing up, in my opinion, Apple is not going to probably limit the lifespan of the phone. It's still going to get the same amount of iOS updates and everything. So they're not going to be cutting out the iPhones from like the life cycle or anything like that. But like I stated before, they're probably only going to make some cool features updated for the newest iPhones instead of for the older ones, which does kind of suck. And it's kind of weird that we're getting into that span where we used to be like all iPhones got the same features, but now it's like one iPhone gets one feature, another one gets another thing, even though they're on the same software. It's kind of weird. And Apple's done this before with the iPhone 6 and 5S, like I said before. With group FaceTime, those phones didn't get it, but the iPhone 6S did. So maybe in the future, the same exact kind of philosophy will probably apply, which is super sad, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But man, that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.